It's spring break, thoroughbreds. Nothing spells spring like vacation, am I right? Make mama proud by tossing those pesky inhibitions out the window and letting loose like only a Belvoire wild child can. Let's back up a second, though, darlings. Blair looks hot as sin at Poppy's Bakalani, but not even the sexy getup could keep all eyes from being positively glued to Zoe Wade at the end of the night. That being said, our beloved wannabe racked up some major social cred in the den of chocolate-covered nasties. Girl knows how to get down and dirty with the best of them. Important question, what did you all treat yourselves to with Poppy? Oh, so generous donation. I got a pair of diamond-encrusted binoculars. You know, to keep an eye out on any haters who might try to drag me down next. Kisses! The tea. I love doing the intro. Welcome everyone, hope you're all having a great day. Chapter 12, Life's a Beach. It's official. Zoe hates you. Zoe, I'm really sorry. It's been the same angsty scene since a nightmarish bacchanal. You talk to Zoe, she acts like you don't exist. Rinse, repeat, stab the knife deeper into your heart. Screwing over Poppy wasn't worth it, Zoe. I don't know what else to do to show you I'm sorry. Zoe slams the fridge door, opens the freezer, pulls out a box of Eggos. Before you can whimper out another apology, your phone dings. Good morning, Blair. Please meet me in the parking lot in half an hour. I'd like to get to the airport with plenty of time to spare. Make sure you have your boarding pass downloaded. Cordially, in Kingley. Oh crap, the conference isn't this weekend? How the hell am I supposed to survive Martha's Vineyard with Ian when he's acting like some freaky cyborg again? Zoe, I need you right now. Oh, now what? Dear Miss Hughes, this is a reminder that the year-end gala is around the corner and that you are currently eligible for the Person to Watch award. Please look forward to receiving your invitation in the upcoming weeks. We appreciate your hard work to represent Belvoire with pride. Good luck, yours sincerely, Dean Margaret Steinhelm. You finish reading the email out loud and look at Zoe again. To your surprise, she's looking back at you. Well, glaring back at you. Hooray for small victories! Wow, a pre-invitation to the gala. Finally going places now that you've dropped the dead weight, huh? Oh, God. Zoe, this was supposed to be our moment. This is what we've been working towards all year. And now we've almost got it. I wanted us to celebrate when we got this far. Reach for Zoe's hand, but pause when you see the glare on her face. And LBR, it's not the you deserve to hold her hand right now anyway. What the hell is LBR? Let it be known? No. It's not know what the R is. Zoe scoffs, the toaster launches her waffles into the air. She performs a sick mid-air grab, and then she stomps out of the dorm, leaving you feeling like a total worthless loser. This sucks. Your phone dings, reminding you of the veritable mountain of rage texts you've been ignoring from Poppy, because you've had zero energy to talk to that demon. Oh, Poppy's the last person I need to deal with right now. Yeah, but I still want to read them. Inside your bedroom, you frown at yourself in your full-length mirror and think, WWZD, what would Zoe say to you right now? Huxley scampers over from his bed in the corner of the room, your entire body wiggling from the force of his frantically wagging tail. You're right, Pugsley. That's exactly what Zoe would say. Zoe's a dog now. You turn back to your mirror and try to smile confidently at your reflection. Said smile wobbles a little, but let's ignore that detail. You're spending the weekend with Professor Dreamy, and you still look like that? Blair, get your ass into something. Quit moping. Oh, I'm supposed to pick an outfit. Okay, be right back. There we go. I'll go with that. Getting dolled up doesn't feel the same without Zoe telling me how good I look. Oh, thanks, boy. You're gonna get down and let Pugsley jump into your arms to lick your face as you hug his wrinkly body close. You be good for Zoe, okay? She'll be taking care of you over the weekend until I get back. You give him a treat from the fridge and leave him gnawing on it as you go to meet Ian at the parking lot, downloading your boarding pass on the way. Later, you and Ian walk through the quaint little town of Martha's Vineyard after dropping off your bags with the hotel concierge. Ian spent his mornings responding to emails and working on his next report during the flight. In other words, he's being painfully obvious about ignoring you. You must be hungry. Lunch has already been arranged. The restaurant's a little further into town. He finally speaks! But he might as well be announcing a funeral with that Morse tone. This will not do. So, nice weather. Weather talk, seriously? Well, you're being really awkward. I didn't know what else to say. I didn't think you were the type who would resort to commenting on the weather. Hey, listen, it's a nice day out today. Shut up. Well, maybe if you'd talk to me. We've barely shared 2 words since the whole Benji incident. We do need to talk, but I'm not sure this weekend is the right time for it. Oh, right, because once we get back to Belvoire, you'll be so much easier to talk to, Professor. We're gonna be around my colleagues all weekend. Please remember, you were sent here to be my TA, and I must behave like your professor, which I might remind you I am. So my professor gets to ignore me in class, switch up his office hours so I have to drop grading off instead of giving it to him in person. His hand twitches, reaching for yours for a second before aborting and returning stiffly to his side. I'm not proud of my behavior towards you. I just have been so conflicted. Didn't we already resolve this once? What else is new? Oh, you're about to collapse under all the metaphorical baggage he's dragging you around. So what is it? You want nothing to do with me? Blair, you're an incredibly important person to me. Someone I respect and gravitate towards amidst the demands of my job. Is it just you, or was that very convoluted? He straightens his posture, and you can feel him slipping back into professor mode. We'll talk, I promise, but I need to make it through this weekend first, and I need you to help me by being my TA, and only that. He gives you a small, hopeful smile. Does he really think he gets to play his charming card after ignoring you forever? Your presence will be a welcome respite from small talk with various individuals. In other words, Lexi will be at the conference. Oh god, Lexi. Are you sure she'll be professional? She's like obsessed with you. Lexi knows better than to act outrageously at business functions, so I'm going to trust her to behave. Right, and if she ends up knocking on your hotel room tonight, and you don't pretend you didn't see it coming. Why would you think that? Lexi is a respected colleague who has her own reputation to maintain as well. You're about to call him on his BS, but he lifts an eyebrow pointedly. Right! Professionalism. You got this. How awkward can it be? Of course, it'll be interesting to see her again. Indeed. If you could show her what proper professional behavior is, I would be quite grateful. You meet your eyes with a grin, and you can't help the warmth that floods through you. This is the playfulness you've been missing from him. Oh, I can definitely show Lexi show Lexi the meaning of professionalism. Don't you worry. Good. You can begin at lunch. Lexi will be joining us. Consider this your opportunity to be the better person and show her the grace and poise a Belvoire TA possesses. Righto, Professor. Shall I take out Friday's quizzes and grade them right there at the table to make a point? That may be overkill. Will it, though? He chuckles, but it turns to a sigh as you reach the beachside, and you feel it too. Martha's Vineyard with no beach trip, the injustice! How much time do we have until lunch? A little over 90 minutes. I didn't bring a map, so I wanted to give us plenty of time to find the restaurant. Ian, there are apps for that? We don't need an hour and a half. Listen, we like to be punctual and just know where everything is. Shut up. That settles it. You and I are taking this free time and using it to take a walk on the beach. Why would we do that? Do you, ever let yourself relax? Relaxation is not a concept I'm very familiar with, no. This man wouldn't see a perfect R&R opportunity if it smacked him in the face. Lucky for him, you're here. The sun shining, the water sparkling, and you need a break. You plant your hands against your shoulder blades and push him towards a little beachside shop with some outdoor racks. And you'll look great in the swimsuit. He pluck a swimsuit off the rack and hold it up to Ian, imagining him in like any sensible person with 2 working eyes would. Why do they always have, like, apps? Like, seriously, water rolls down them and looks like cliffs. God damn it, stop it! Is the swimsuit necessary? If you step on the beach, I promise, sand will end up everywhere. Do you want sand in every fold of your clothes at tonight's conference? In all seriousness, this is going to be a busy weekend for you. I think you should take advantage of the calmer moments when you can. And something tells me you could use a little preemptive relaxation before sitting through lunch with Lexi. I'll admit, you have a compelling point there. I think we've both earned some vacation time. As long as it's a stroll between 2 just colleagues. Don't worry, Professor. My intentions are 100% professional. A mischievous twinkle enters his eyes. In that case, I'll wear the swimsuit you picked out for me. If you wear this one. Holds up a sexy one-piece with a plunging, and we're talking plunging neckline. Right, definitely professional. Eager to see me strip down, are you? I was thinking that a walk along the beach requires proper attire. Purchase an outfit to unlock a special scene with him. It's called Don't Be Salty. Okay. You and Ian pay for the swimsuits and then head for the changing rooms to put them on. You're out first, and when you step back into the sun, you snap an adorbed selfie for your picture. The first comment rolls in 0.2 seconds after your post. Goddess. Thank you, Princess Yorgi 33. You are so right. You take your sunglasses out of your purse and slip them on, taking a selfie and admiring a second before posting it to your socials. No, the sunglasses do not work. Those really suit you, Blair. No, they don't. You turn to see Ian coming out of the shawl, and you just take a second to admire the view before checking the comments on your picture. Bzzzt, the tea has an update. Oh, look, we ranked up. Yay for me. Looks like my followers agree with you. So what do you say, Ian? Ready to hit the beach? I'm looking forward to it. Your arms brush, and you feel a slight jolt at the feeling of his warm skin against yours. By the way, he jerks. He does too. You each meet each other's eyes, and you can tell you're both thinking the same thing. Professional mode activate. It's morphin' time! Let's get going, then. Certainly. The sea breeze flutters over your face as you walk out onto the sand, and you can't not relax. Oh, now this is what this entire weekend should be, don't you think, Ian? Glance over and see him staring at you, rather at the way your swimsuit clings snugly to your frame, leaving next to nothing to the imagination. He is so checking you out. Professor, my eyes are up here. He immediately raises his gaze, and the verdict, Your Honor, is guilty. I wasn't... You had... 2 nice boobs on my chest? What? Like this is the first time you've noticed them? His face turns impulsively red, like so red it could pass for a sunburn. I was admiring the lace detailing of your neckline. Right. And you were admiring the artistic way the palm trees cast shadows across his chest. Not Blair. That's his warning tone. Right, professional mode on. But he did start by oogling you. The 2 of you head farther along the beach. The sand turns pillow soft beneath your feet. And for several minutes, the 2 of you walk along in companionable silence. This brings to mind so many memories of summertime. His tone is reminiscing, and you glance over to see him looking at the water with a faint smile on his face. Because the weather's so nice? Not exactly. Lillian and I take Charlotte to the ocean each summer. Our annual beach trip, we pick a different spot each year. You can't help smiling as you remember the picture of Ian's sister and niece sitting on his desk. That sounds like a wonderful family tradition. It is, though Charlotte can be a little tear when sand is involved. Her favorite game is bury Uncle Ian when the tide starts coming in. Judging by the fond way you're recounting this harrowing tale, I'm guessing it's not all bad. It isn't. Lillian's always so busy, I try to help her look after Charlotte when I can. It's nice when all 3 of us can spend time together. And I get my due revenge on Charlotte when I emerge from the sand prison and chase her across the beach as a seaweed monster. Sounds absolutely terrifying. You don't know where the sudden personal talk came from, but it's nice to hear about his life. It feels like he's being real with you. Yeah, it's real personal. He's just talking about his life. Lillian would always scold the two of us if we forgot to put on sunscreen before going out on the beach. Which made me remember to buy this. He takes out a bottle of sunscreen. Ah, professional mode off now. Are you going to lecture me on sunscreen safety, Professor? It's the responsible thing to do. You laugh softly and he bows. Cute. Sun safety is extremely important. You're such a nerd. Given I'm a professor, and that's something I already knew, and since I intend to continue aging well, he squeezes some sunscreen onto his fingers and starts applying it to his face. Help him apply it. Let me give you a hand. You hold out your hand for sunscreen, he looks at you suspiciously. How so? If you're serious about the whole sunscreen safety thing, you'll need help getting your back. I'm looking out for you. And yourself. Come on, the fact he has agreed to wear the swimsuit you picked out is basically saying, Blair, get your hands on me! He hands you the bottle, your fingers brush over his, as you take it. Sparks are flying on this not date. Do be thorough. Am I ever not? He turns around and you squeeze sunscreen onto your palms, then lay them on his shoulders. He tenses at the coolness, and then relaxes as you start rubbing. The skin is warm, and you need the thumbs into the tension you feel between the shoulder blades. What are you doing? You're way too tense. You can't relax with literal knots in your back. Colleagues help each other put on sunscreen. Right? Sun protection is totally professional. You slowly drag your hands down his sides. He sucks in a breath. Blair. Oh god, that's his sexy voice. There are literal kids running around the beach. You pull your hands away from him fast. I remember your forehead. The high points of your cheeks, your nose. They're the parts of your face most prone to sun damage. Thank you for the pointers, Professor. You make a point of diligently slathering sunscreen over your face and then smile winningly. Sun protection check. Now for the fun stuff. What should we do? I'll admit, I hadn't thought that far ahead. It's because you hadn't thought. Must I always be the one who comes up with the best ideas? You're usually more interesting than mine. Well, I won't argue with that. We could dip our toes in the water, make sandcastles. Dip our toes in the water. In fact, that sounds like fun, shall we? You start a cute little strut down the shoreline, right as a gentle wave washes ashore. The glittering water laps around your feet. Cold. It's still spring. The sun might be warm, but the water won't be. Ian comes up beside you as the surf washes back out. He's trying not to laugh. Okay, Mr. Environmental Scientist, thank you for the warning. I didn't know the unstoppable Blair Hughes could be stopped in her tracks by a little water. Oh, is that a challenge? A little water, huh? Big words, Professor. Let's see you stand behind them. And as another frigid wave washes around your ankles, you kick some water against his legs. Cold! Oh, you're gonna regret that. He bends down and quickly scoops up a handful of water, which he flings against your chest. It would be sexy if it wasn't hellishly freezing. Listen, people pay good money for ice cubes that are also used. This means war. Two of you go at it, salt water flies everywhere. He splutters as you pummel him with relentless melee of splashes. You can always forfeit, Professor. I am unstoppable after all. I think it's time I brought out my secret weapon. He whips out a huge, tangled mass of seaweed from behind his back. Slimy, gloopy, and probably filled with sea bugs. No. Your screams just about break the sound barrier as you sprint away from him. He chases you gleefully down the beach until you run out of breath. Okay, I get why Charlotte's scared of seaweed monster. He laughs. It's just a carefree sound. You can't help joining in. And the two of you are laughing your asses off like your children on the beach. Thank you for convincing me to take this walk with you, Blair. It's amazing what a little sun and sand does for the stress levels. That's what friends do, right? They look out for each other. Friends. Doesn't really feel like the right word, though. What are you two, colleagues? More or less? But Ian keeps smiling, so you decide not to worry about it for right now. I appreciate having you look out for me. I just wish I... He trails off, and whatever he was gonna say gets lost as his phone dings. Oh no, we're late for lunch. Blair, let's get going. I can't let my colleagues wait for me too long. He brushes himself off and then smiles warmly as you one last time before the two of you start to head up the beach. And thank you again for this. It was exactly what I needed. You see, Professor, I know what's good for you. It's time for you to start listening to me more. That was the case, he wouldn't have his job. You and Ian enter the cute little restaurant, seaside restaurant, and find your party in the back. Joy of all joys! Lexi waves Ian over. Ian, it is so good to see you again. How have you been? Hello, Lexi. Rita, Ace. Allow me to introduce you to my TA, Blair Hughes. Blair, oh, you seem so familiar. Have we met? Nope. This is definitely the first time. A pleasure. Nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me to join you for lunch. It isn't like you to be so late, Ian. Don't tell me your assistant here isn't able to manage your schedule. Oh, it's nothing but chastise. No, Ian, he's the one who got caught up in work and lost track of time. Rita gives you a motherly smile. Okay, she's officially the MVP. You can pin it, all the blame on me. I'd lose my head if I went for Blair here. Just doing the best as a responsible TA. You see Lexi absolutely hating how everyone brushed off her attempt at a sick burn, but she's like a cockroach. She's had 100 lives and always comes back for more. Ian, I've saved you a seat by the window, just like I know you like it. And you thought Chloe sucked up to Poppy. You take your seats and give your orders to the waitress, and then listen to the boring small talk R.I.P. as you wait for the food. Can I have some coffee over here? Ian, I've heard whispers that you're finishing up your next paper. Can you tell us anything about it? Well, it'll take a few more months to finish, but my research is coming together. Oh, you've always been so tight-lipped. Maybe Blair can give us a little clue about the paper's topic. Oh, you mean his report on the corruption of purse and jeans industry? I forgot about that. Behaviors of the wealthy young elite. Power dynamics at private colleges. Oh my! Is that what you're writing about now, Ian? Well, that's the one. I have to say, Belvoire gave me a lot of material to work with. I hope Blair isn't involved in any of the scandals I've heard that they happen at these Ivy Leagues. Me, never. But I admit, or admire, Ian for diving into a topic that can get really ugly real fast. I'll admit my interest is piqued. I look forward to reading your paper when it comes out, Ian. Ian and I shared a riveting email exchange recently about the elusive ways that bullying manifests among collegiate elite. It happens everywhere. Shut up. It's from kindergarten all the way up. Your order arrives as Lexi continues kissing Ian's ass. You shovel shrimp primavera in your mouth and hope she'll just, choke on a prawn and shut up. I keep saying it's such a shame Ian doesn't have someone to share all of his success with. His intellectual equal, if you will. Oh, nonsense. Ian's still young, and so busy, too. I can imagine he even has time for love right now. But maybe if he looked a little harder, it's such a shame he's missing his other half. Lexi, Ian isn't missing anything. It's his choice whether he wants a partner or not. But in the meantime, his accomplishments speak for themselves. Unless you're trying to imply being a successful anthropologist doesn't mean anything. I wasn't saying, I didn't mean... Here. It's better to keep work and love separate anyway. That's your daily dose of wisdom from an old lady like me. Ian gives you an appreciative smile as Lexi morosely picks up a spoon and swirls it around her seafood stew. It's clear who the winner is. Your bill arrives at the end of lunch. You are beyond ready to jet. Except Lexi stands first and smiles a way too friendly smile at you. Excuse me, I need to use the ladies' room. Blair, be a doll and help me find it. Pretty sure you can ask a waiter. Piss off. Sure. Sounds like a real mission. Inside the bathroom, Lexi applies a fresh coat of lipstick while you stand with your arms crossed. Her eyes meet yours in the mirror. I heard you and Ian attended the war ceremony together a few months ago. As a couple. Pretty sure that was just people jumping to conclusions. But did you deny it to any of them? Just to get to the point, Lexi, so I don't have to spend any more time pretending I can stand you than necessary. She rounds on you, finally dropping her fake little smiley act. You wonder if you're actually going to get into a cat fight. I never do anything to risk Ian's career or his job at Belvoire. Your dirty little secret's safe. Though Lexi suspects there's something between you and Ian. Won't say anything because she doesn't want him to hate her? That's good to know. Don't count on that. Congrats, you've achieved the absolute baseline requisite for being a decent human being. I'll make him realize that I'm the one he's meant to be with. He'll see that you're just a minor league soon enough. Lexi, you should think about Ian. Have you ever stopped to notice that he doesn't want your affections? He only sees you as a colleague. Is that a challenge? By all means, make an ass out of yourself. Go ahead. Ladies first. No, it's me telling you that you're invading his personal space in a way that makes him uncomfortable, and that's not okay. Say what you want, Ian Kingsley is mine, and by the end of this weekend, he'll know it. Oh boy. She caps her lipstick in a fury and storms out of the bathroom. Seriously, all you wanted was a relaxing vacation. Was it too much to ask for? Not when there's weird people. No, it's too much to ask for. After the conference lets out that night, you slip away while Ian's smoozing with his colleagues. It's time to suck it up and deal with Poppy's texts. Oh god, have mercy, she's been texting a lot. Can we scroll? Oh god, we can scroll. Satan, bitch, don't you dare leave me on read only, you effing hoe! Okay. I knew I would not regret this. Satan! It might please you to know that my credit score is still spotless, but if you refuse to talk to me ASAP, I'll get my lawyers on the case. Oh boo, are you being all emo because what's her name hates your guts now? Don't make me projectile vomit into my new mulattoes. Get over it. It's her fault for being an easy target and a poor sport. You wanted to play this game, didn't you? What do you think it'd take? Being nice? You don't even have that anymore. Hello, Earth to Blair, effing Hughes! You know what? It's okay. I can know you're really suffering. Take your time. Just know I'll be watching you. I'll wait as long as I need to get my revenge. You already technically got it, you asshole. You switch your chat to talk. Smack with Poppy to Zoe before you remember Zoe isn't even talking to you. Malero, what's wrong? You jump, trying to see Ian approach with a concerned expression. Honestly, can I be honest with you? Like, do you really want to know? It's not something you have to worry about. Of course you can be honest with me. If there's something on your mind, I'm here to listen. I want you to be able to trust me. Not just that I want you to feel like I care about what's bothering you, because I do. Though I suppose I've done a poor job of keeping your trust lately. He gently puts a hand on your back, and after glancing over his shoulder, steers you quickly away from the venue doors. He drops his hand once you've turned the corner, and his pace slows as well. What's the big hurry, running before Lexi finds you? She's been watching me with unnerving focus tonight. I wouldn't want her getting the wrong idea if she saw you and I talking for too long. About that. You tell him about Lexi and what she told you in the bathroom and see panic flash across his face. But she said she wouldn't do anything to ruin your career. She's, like, way too scared of you not falling in love with her to say anything. I suppose that's a relief. Yeah. You don't seem relieved. Is something else the matter? Oh, where would you like to start? When you don't answer, he walks to the poolside where he kicks off his shoes and socks, rolls up his pants up to his knees, and then sits down and dips his feet in the water. Water's just fine, join me. You take off your shoes and sit beside Ian, sliding your feet into the water and avoiding his eyes. Nice pool. Don't tell me you're thinking of taking a swim, though. I'm not really in the mood. No, I was thinking we could just talk. Despite everything, you've always been there for me when I needed you. It's time for me to do the same. Even though literally you saved her from Benji. You be there for me. About time. He winces at your tone. I am rather late to return the favor. You've been a great help and a great shower of support this year, but I've done exceptionally little for you. You literally saved her from Benji! Well, let's see if you can make up for it for a bit. It all depends on how good a listener you are, and well, I don't have anyone else I can talk to about this. My attention is all yours. What's been troubling you, Blair? You kick at the water, watching ripples race across the surface. Then take a deep breath and start bearing your soul. I did something that hurt Zoe. I threw her under the bus. No, you didn't! But the worst thing is, I didn't even realize I was doing it at the time. I was just so caught up in the moment that I sacrificed our relationship for my personal gain, and I was so selfish. There must be something in your voice, because Ian looks a little pained for a second, like he can tell Zoe is more to you than just a friend. But he doesn't ask. You don't strike me as the type that wouldn't apologize, even when they feel like they've done something wrong. I tried explaining myself, but she won't talk to me. Hell, she'll barely even look at me. I miss her so much, but I'm scared to say anything else because what if it just makes things worse? I feel so lost and helpless. I'll do whatever it takes to make things right, but it's just hard to know what to do when people are shutting you out. A strange expression crosses his face, and he looks down at the water surface, sprout for a thought. This isn't going to sound like a monumental advice, but if you want my opinion, you need to apologize to her without giving excuses. What do you mean? Literally what he just said. I'm not going to pry into what happened, but it sounds to me like you've been trying to explain why you did what you did. Yeah, but without that, what's left? Just sorry? That doesn't feel like enough. Sometimes it is. He tries again, his own suddenly intense. Tell her everything you told me. You miss her. You'll do whatever it takes. You realize you were selfish. You regret sacrificing her friendship. And if that's not good enough either? You can't make someone forgive you, Blair. No matter how much you apologize. But if you care about them, you'll still try. His voice softens, the regret that flits across his face. You suddenly feel like it isn't just you and Zoe you're talking about. You'll still try, not because you deserve their forgiveness, but because they deserve your apology. Just like you deserve an apology from me. He turns slightly so that his knee brushes against yours, and despite everything that's gone down between the two of you recently, you still feel a flutter in your stomach. The way I've been treating you these past months is shameful. I shut you out when you need answers. I've been self-centered and sensitive to how my behavior has affected you, and you deserve better than how I've treated you. Honestly, I think you made things more complicated than they had to be. If we could have talked about it from the beginning without you trying to pretend us meeting at the bar never happened, it would have gotten to the point. I don't know. I was so preoccupied with trying to bury the memory I had of you as the intelligent woman I'd met the night before. But what was the point? What happened happened. We met at a bar, and then we met again a day later. It's just a fact. Ian gives a self-deprecating chuckle. I thought bearing that fact would be easier than facing my attraction towards you, but the more I tried to bury it, the more obsessed over it. Let me ask you something, Ian. At the bar, were you acting like someone you weren't? No. I was being myself. And so was I. I clicked with that Ian as much as he clicked with me. So even if we had first met in a class, wouldn't we still have clicked the same way? Maybe it would have taken a bit longer, but well, we would have had no reason to act like anyone but ourselves, and naturally that would have brought us closer. I see. So you're saying that the fate would have brought us together anyway, and we're meant to be? He's joking, but there's something in the way he looks at you, an honesty, a vulnerability, like he means those words. If you're saying everything feels right when we don't hide how we feel, then I guess I could say it's fate. I guess I really did blow it then. I could have let things develop naturally. Could have trusted you more, but instead, he kicks a leg and the water sprays over the surface of the pool. I was a complete and utter ass. No, not really. You were trying to protect your career, dude. And he finally owns up to it. He runs his hand through his hair, raking it back off his forehead, smiling sheepishly. We both know it was long overdue. I have to say, it's incredible how much lighter I feel. Like a weight's been lifted. Smiles fade, and he looks earnestly into your eyes. Thank you, Blair, for helping me see what I should have been able to see from the beginning. He lets his fingers brush against yours, just for a moment. When I let you in, everything starts to make sense. Talking to you makes everything easier. So, maybe you should talk to me more. I should. And if you still consider me a worthwhile conversation partner, I will. I hope that I can. Start again. Not over, but start fresh. No more fronts, no more hesitation. I'd like to be honest with you. He lifts his hand and brushes fingertips against your cheek. You're so special to me, Blair. I'm ready to stop pretending you aren't. Ready to stop hurting us both. You can see it in his eyes. He wants another chance, and he intends to make good on it. If you give it to him. Just then a guy in a tracksuit runs past, beer slopping out of a solo cup. He stops when he sees the two of you. Yo, you guys should come to the party in room 22. Spring break's getting late. As he runs away, you get to your feet with a grin, pulling in up by the arm. You're not seriously thinking of going to some spring breakers party, are you? Why not? We got an invite, and I think the party's a perfect place for you to show me this reformed Ian Kingsley. But for the record, I forgive you. That's far more than I deserve. Can I convince you otherwise? No, you can't, because I make up my own mind, Ian, and nobody gets to change it for me. I should have expected nothing less, but I'll work to deserve your forgiveness all the same, starting at this party. Oh boy. As you're heading to the stairs, a very familiar, much-loathed voice reaches your ears. Ian, I was hoping to run into you. Where are you headed? Well, Blair and I received an invitation to go to a party in room 202, and we're going to duck in for a moment. Perfect, I'll join you. If you're tired, Blair, you can always head back to your room. I know it's past your bedtime. Listen, Grandma, have you taken your Pediasure yet and tucked yourself in? I'll be right in there to read you a bedtime story. You are going to destroy her. Oh no, I just couldn't miss the chance to spend more time with two of my favorite people. With a smirk, Lexi struts towards the stairs, and trading a glance, you and Ian follow. Room 202 it is. It turns out an upstairs conference room, and it's already crowded with grad students drinking and dancing. Oh, how I love a little excitement. This is so much better than the stuffy conference, don't you two think? She lays a hand flirtatiously on Ian's shoulder, and purses her lips in excitement when something catches her eye. I'm sure you're feeling a little tense from your speech earlier, Ian. Why don't we let loose with a little game? It's been so long since I played strip pong. Oh boy, we're going for this, aren't we? And that game over there looks to be finishing up. She aims a pointedly manicured finger towards the nearby table where some half-dressed partiers are cheering as a girl spins her bra over her head. Talk about full frontal. Are you aware of what you're saying, Lexi? Oh, come now. Don't be such a square. Would you play if Blair did? I'm sure the three of us would have loads of fun. Yep, this is getting awkward. She traces a finger down Ian's front while smirking at you. Oh, she is not getting your man. At the mention of you playing, Ian meets your eyes intensely. Seems like he doesn't find the prospect so bad anymore. What do you think, Blair? I'll leave the decision to you. Play a game of strip pong with Lexi and Ian to show Lexi up. Get wild! And earn reputation points for playing with grad students. Game on. You know what, Lexi? I think you're right. Let's have some fun. Oh, fantastic. Ian's on my team, of course. I'm gonna beat both of you shamelessly, without even caring. She wraps both her arms around one of Ian's. You just smirk. Perfect. Then I'll be the one getting him to strip. As Lexi sputters and Ian tries to hide a grin, you reach out and pull the guy you saw earlier straight out of the crowd. You, me, strip pong teammates, you in? Oh, chime! The both of you grab some cups and set up the table. You swipe up one of the ping pong balls. Me and you, Lexi, eye to eye, let's go. You step up to the table and lock eyes with Lexi. She glares at you. You raise the ball in your hands. Hit Lexi in the face. Oh, no. We have to think of the long game. Sink the ball. With an angelic smile, you toss the ball smoothly into a cup. Lexi fumes. Looks like me and Craig here get to go first. My name's Ethan. You're darling. Take the first throw? Yes, ma'am. I've got a pretty sweet throwing arm. He misses, but we all have our flaws. For funsies, me, you miss too. Oh goodness, Craig and I are so clumsy. In reality, you can hit a bullseye from a good 10 feet away, and you did just that to see the smug little simper on Lexi's face as she picks up her ping pong ball. Oh, how about a little cheer for yours truly? Good luck. Boy, howdy, that was a deadpan response if you've ever heard one. Lexi's smile turns into a wince, and she raises her hand to toss the ping pong ball. I'll distract by flirting. Hey, how about a little cheer for yours truly on the side of the table, Ian? Ian's lips twitch, but he fights back the smile, keeping himself nearly perfectly composed, but you see the humor swirling richly in his eyes. You seem pretty confident, Blair. Oh, I've got a reason to. I'm the only one who goes to college parties and knows how to win all the games. A big claim. I wonder if you'll actually manage to back it up. Oh, I will, Professor. Arrgh! A ping pong ball sails right over the table into Craig's face. Guy's a champ, though. I'm good. I'm fine. Your turn, Ian. Ian takes a ping pong ball, but he's still trying to stifle his laughter. His ball bounces off the rim of the cup. Ah, I guess I'm a little rusty. Apologies, Lexi. This time, Craig sinks his shot, and because you love to show off a little now and then, you sink yours in the same cup. Oh yeah! Team Young and Sexy is officially in the game! Looks like your team will have to take off 2 articles of clothing, and if dear Craig will let me do the honors of deciding both, let's go with your vest and shirt, Ian. By this point, Ian's loosened up, and after downing his 2 cups of beer, he sighs and starts unbuttoning the buttons on his vest. Wait. What is it? Let me help you out. You just have so many buttons to deal with. We'll be here all night. You sashay over to him, who watches you approach with an intense expression on his face. Isn't this against the rules? It most certainly... I think it's perfectly fine. It is in the spirit of the game, after all. You lay your hands against his chest. He gazes into your eyes as he continues, like you're the only one he's speaking to. Blair has a point. I could use some help with all these buttons. I don't want to hold up the game too long. Oh, and I happen to have 2 incredibly nimble fingers. You undo the buttons of his vest and push it off of his shoulders, and run a finger down the middle of his chest to the bottom button of his dress shirt. You feel his abdomen muscles contract under the layer of fabric, and you slowly undo his shirt. With Lexi literally simmering in rage beside you, you push Ian's shirt off, your palms skimming warmly against his toned shoulders. You brush your fingers down his arm as you smile innocently at him. There, you're all set. Thank you for the helping hand, Blair. Lexi literally pops a blood vessel in her eye, but nobody notices. I believe, that's our turn over. Your move, Blair. Things heat up fast, and soon the game's running down to the wire. Both teams with only a few cups left. Lexi and Craig have been weirdly making each other take off their lower half garments. Craig's been into it. Lexi obviously doesn't want you to naked for Ian to oogle. As for Ian, he's been purposely missing all of his cups. He knows he couldn't back the thirst if he saw you naked. It's getting a little hot in here. I could do with a few less layers. Hint, hint. You lock eyes with Ian as he lifts his throwing arm and you see him swallow. Then you see the hesitation turn to resolve as his ping-pong ball sails straight into a cup. Very well, Blair. Since you requested, you can go ahead and take off something. You fish the ball out of the cup and down the beer, and then lick your lips as you smile at him. Actually, it's your request, Ian. And I insist that you decide. I'll take off my shirt. You tuck your shirt over your head and toss it at Ian, who barely reacts in time to catch it. His eyes go wide when he takes in your lingerie. See something you like? God, I love this game. Ian recovers his voice and clears his throat. It's definitely an experience I didn't anticipate having. Let's focus on finishing, shall we? A shot goes way long. Then you and Craig sink the rest of your shots and probably clear the others off the side of the table. Hell yeah! Team Young and Sexy for the win! Take a selfie with me to commemorate. Craig throws his arm over your shoulder and you snap a selfie before posting it to your socials. Partying over spring break looks so good for your rep. Thanks, Craig. And thank you for the fun time, Ian and Lexi. It was a good game. As everyone pulls their clothes back on, Lexi silently fumes before her glower transforms into an ominous smile. Oh, this is my song, Ian. We have to dance. Without having a chance to respond, Lexi drags Ian by the hand onto the dance floor. She's persistent. I'll give her that. You chuck back a laugh as she starts trying to grind against Ian, who stands as still and solemn as one of those Queen's guards with the funny hat. You catch his eye and lift an eyebrow as he sends you a suffering look. If he'd rather dance with you, then he has to come ask for what he really wants. I'll dance with... No. Hey, gorgeous, dance with me? Aren't you a cutie? Looks like it's my lucky night. You turn around, your back to her front, reaching around to cuff the back of her neck as she takes your waist. As you grind against her, you cast your gaze over the crowd for Ian. And oh, is he easy to find. Oh boy. Jealousy is a green-eyed monster, like a seaweed monster, and it flashes bright in Ian's eyes. He doesn't even notice Lexi flopping like a fish against him. You turn and loop your arms around the girl's neck, swaying your hips as she takes hold of your waist and presses closer. You're a great dancer. Oh, that's not all I'm good at. Maybe we can get out of here and... Just then you feel a hand on your shoulder and smell Ian's cologne. Feel his warmth against your back as he steps right up against you. Excuse me, but I'll be cutting in here. I'm just gonna go. You turn around and smile at Ian, who watches through narrowed eyes as your former dance partner races away. Oh, is someone jealous? His eyes flash to yours in the fire that knocks you breathless. His voice is low, yet somehow you hear it clearly despite the deafening music. I think I've had enough of this party, haven't you? Without waiting for your response, he takes your arm and steers you out of the party, leaving Lexi furious in the middle of the dance floor. Ouch. I told you, don't count on it, though. He comes to a sudden stop when you enter your dark hotel room, and he looks down at your hand in his, like he'd forgotten he'd been holding it. Twist your hand around to take his more firmly and pull him closer. His strong fingers fit perfectly between yours, and you know he can feel it too by the way he tightens his grip. His other hand settles on your waist, holding you against him, so close you can practically feel his heart beating. You have some explaining to do, Ian. Blair. Your name, in this slow voice, sounds like I want you, but you need to hear the actual words. Why did you pull me out of that party? You can see he's so used to running that it's an instinct, but he fights against it. because I couldn't stand to see you dancing like that with someone else. The jealousy I felt was excruciating. His voice is strained, your heart races under the intensity of his gaze, all of his unspoken desire just beneath the surface. What did you take me back here for? He moves suddenly, backing you against the wall. You gasp, and then he's right there, pinning you to the surface, hands on either side of your head. As you shift, you hit the light switch, and the room is illuminated, revealing the single bed. Ian goes still as he sees it. This is a problem. His voice is tight, barely restrained. Your body is attuned to his attention. He's coiled so tight you feel it radiating off of him. I was sure I booked a room with 2 beds. I don't see the problem, actually. I think this is the part where we do something about your feelings for me. So answer me, Ian. What did you take me back here for? His eyes drop to your lips. You feel his breath skimming against them. For this, I'm done pretending you're everything, and I want you more than anything. Your stomach swoops at his intensity. He's finally giving you the honesty you've been asking for, but your conscience chimes in for a second. Oh my god, she has one? What about your career? If we get caught, it could ruin everything for you. I wouldn't want that to happen, especially now things are going so well for you. He brushes his thumb against your lips, and it's like a bolt of electricity races through you, leaving you tingling for him. You're worth the risk. And right now, when it's just the 2 of us, I don't want to worry about anything but being with you. So tell me, Blair, right here and right now, what do you want? Oh, take Ian to bed for a charge took up to release all the tension between you and wake up in a bed together tomorrow. Well, this chapter's sure going on long. It's you, Ian. I want you. He sucks in a breath and then crushes his mouth to yours. You both let out groans as he pushes you hard against the door as you pull him closer. He kisses you hard and you melt at the feel of his lips and tongue, the sounds of your gasps and needy moans filling the quiet hotel room. I'll never get enough of this. Every time I kiss you, I get more desperate for the next time. You throaty groan, make your stomach swoop, and you tangle your fingers into his hair. Then don't stop. But he pulls back and meets your eyes, his own deep with longing. If I don't stop now, I never will. He brushes his lips against yours so lightly you barely feel more than a tingle. It's hardly even a kiss, and yet you can feel the desire behind it. Blair. A shiver runs through you, but when you strain forward to capture his lips again, he turns his face aside so that your lips brush against his cheek. Why are you still holding back? He cups your cheek tenderly and turns his face back to yours. His voice is a low murmur you feel in your stomach. This is your last chance to tell me I'm doing something foolish. Ian, kiss me. He breathes out a laugh, tilting his head to line up his lips with yours. That's what I was hoping you'd say. He sighs as his mouth covers yours. Everything narrows to feelings of his kiss, slow and intense, like he's taking his time tasting you. His hands lie down your sides, hold your hips, the heat of his body radiating against yours. Ian. As your desire grows, you try to deepen the kiss to match the rate of your racing heart, but he draws back as it starts to get intense. You're toying with me. His eyes smolder, intense and teasing at the same time. I intend to make most of this night. And that means driving me crazy, does it? He ducks his head to whisper in your ear. The ticklish rush of his air makes shivers run up and down your body. After how crazy you've driven me since I met you, I think it's only fair. He nips gently at the shell of your ear, and you arch against him. He catches your waist, pulling you tight into his body while still pushing you back against the door. Ian. You sound so good when you say my name like that. Like you're unraveling in my arms. You grab his face and pull his lips to yours. He groans loudly as you close your teeth on his lower lip and tug. You keep teasing me and I'm taking control. Music to my ears. Crash your lips to his again, pouring all your desire and impatience into the kiss. He grabs your wrists and pins them to the door above your head, his show of power making you giddy. You'll have to excuse me if I get a little rough in return. There's nothing to excuse. You arch against him and he sucks in a harsh breath. fingers digging into your wrists with delicious pressure. You're giving me exactly what I want. His eyes darken and he captures your mouth with a desperate kiss, tongue sliding against yours, leaving you breathless. You tip your head back against the door as he runs his lips down your neck, nipping and sucking until your toes are curling. Ian, please. You feel the last threads of his restraint snap. He grabs your hips and pulls you from the door, steering you into the center of the room. I haven't been able to stop thinking about how incredible you were last time. You have no idea how badly I've wanted you again. You throw your arms around his neck and speak with your lips against his. Well then, I think you should show me. He groans and kisses you, no longer holding anything back. With one hand at the small of your back, he holds you against him as he pours all of his desire into the kiss. You moan as he kisses down your neck, gasping as his teeth scrape against your skin, and then he soothes the spot with his tongue. Oh, Ian, don't stop. I need you right now. He takes a step back and starts to pull the buttons of his vest, but you still have his hand with your own. Ian, you should be taking off my clothes. I know you wanted to earlier. If I let myself get my hands on you during that party, I wouldn't have been able to stop. And I wouldn't have wanted you to, so you better make up for it now. It would be my pleasure. He draws you close with a devious smile on his face. There's just one rule. Let me guess, there are no rules? He takes your hands and lowers them to your sides. No touching until I'm done. Oh, boo you meanie. He chuckles, pressing a soft kiss to your lips, tugging on your lower lip playfully as he pulls away. I'll make it up to you. He undresses you like you're royalty, taking his time with each garment you're wearing, being gentle with him and with you. You itch to reach for him, but he keeps you satisfied with soft kisses to every part of your body as your clothes fall away. Your breathtaking glare. Do I get my reward now? I think I can arrange something. He comes up behind you, running his hands down your shoulders to your arms, his warm lips brush against the back of your neck. You reach up to thread your fingers into his hair, enjoying the feel of open mouth kisses. He starts trailing over the swoop of your shoulder. You're spoiling me. You're spoiling. You shudder as his hand slips between your legs, and you can't help rubbing against him. Ian. Jolt as his teeth close gently on your shoulder. Groans. I can't wait any longer. His hands leave you suddenly, and when you turn, he's undressing himself clumsily as he casts his shirt aside. Be careful, that's a nice shirt. I have others. There's no need to be careful with me. He hooks an arm around your waist and pulls you against him. You both groan at the feeling of your bodies pressed together, skin to skin. Your stomach swoops as he spins the two of you around, backing towards the bed. He falls onto the mattress and pulls you down on top of him. Oof. You okay there? He laughs softly at your look of surprise, bringing his hands to your waist to steady you as you lift yourself up and down at him. I should be asking you. I did just land on top of you. You're light as a feather. Still laughing a little, you lean down to kiss him, and it quickly grows heated as the intensity between the two of you sparks. He's still in his pants, and you make quick work of the belt and zipper. He lifts his hips so you can pull them off and throw them aside. I'm out of patience too, Ian. You press your hand against him over his underwear. He bucks against you, head thrown back. Ah, Blair. Feel the heat of his desire through the fabric, but what you want is right beneath. I'll take up his underwear with my hand. You curl your fingers under the waistband and yank them down his legs before casting them aside. You let your fingers close around him briefly, a teasing touch has him arching into your hand. Oh my god. Before you know what's happening, he throws a leg over you and flips you, the two of you, over, so that he's on top and your legs are parted around his hips. You call out his name as he roughly removes your underwear and reaches between your legs to tease his fingers against you, sending bolts of pleasure racing through all the parts of your body. Ian. His mouth is hot against your neck as he speaks in a rush, hips rolling against yours. God, I need you, Blair. Ian, I want it hard and fast. You cling to his hair as you rust against his fingers, pleasure building rapidly within you. Please, I need you right now. Lust flashes in his eyes as he crashes his lips down onto yours. His fierceness makes your head spin as he draws breathless gasps from your mouth. You gasp as he enters you, your back arching. He groans, head falling onto your chest to kiss over your breast. You feel incredible. He immediately starts moving, the bed creaking loudly as he sets a frantic pace that spins the pleasure tighter within you. Ian, please. Grabs your thighs, pulls you tighter to him, both of you groaning at the intense pleasure. Grab your legs around his waist, your fingernails digging into his back. He hisses at the pain and only spurs him on. Oh, Blair. His voice breaks into a moan as he thrusts desperately. Your cries of pleasure jostled by the force as your body starts shaking. Ian, I can't. The breath catches as every muscle tightens and then bliss crashes through you, wiping your mind clean. Well, that slowly escalated. You wake up... You wake up slowly the next morning, feeling a warm weight over your middle. Opening your eyes, you see Ian smiling softly beside you. Morning, beautiful. He lifts his arm from your waist to cup the back of your head and draws you into a soft kiss. How long have you been awake? He brushes his fingers against your cheek, his gaze soft. I don't know. I lost track of time. You turn on your side and snuggle up to him, your legs tangling with his beneath the covers. Do we have time to sleep in a little more? Your phone dings, and Ian laughs softly, pressing a kiss to the top of your head. Maybe after you answer that. Groaning, you roll out of Ian's arms and reach for your phone on the nightstand. I thought I silenced this. It's a text from Poppy, and what you see makes you bolt up in bed. Ian sits up as well, eyebrows raised. What is it? Oh, nothing, just some stupid gossip going back on at school. But as Ian rolls to the other side of the bed to get up, you look back at the picture Poppy sent you, your hands trembling. You know what? It's okay, I can tell you're really suffering. Take your time. I'll wait as long as I can to get my revenge. Last I checked, teacher-student relationships were strictly forbidden at Belvoire, but I have hard proof that one little junior thinks she's above those rules. Oh, shit. Looks like the little piggy from Farmsville is in line for the slaughterhouse. I mean, it's them sitting at a pool. They're clothed, it's nothing wrong. They're literally and figuratively, there's nothing wrong. Like, they're just sitting together. Are two people not allowed to sit together? You know what I'm saying? But I digress. I mean, you all knew this was going to happen. Let's be real. This has been building up. So without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Look, it's brought to you by... No! And I still have yet to ever sell out to them. Make sure to, subscribe if you especially enjoyed this content. I put out a lot. I do a lot. I give 110% of myself. And thank you all for watching. Once again, hope to see you subscribed. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Catch y'all later, peace.